annual Conservative Political Action Conference.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly.
I want to hear from Charlie, because he comes from a younger generation, and you've just heard two very polar descriptions of Edward Snowden: traitor, coward, patriot. What do kids in your generation view Edward Snowden as?
Well, it's interesting. Edward Snowden, for those of you that don't know, is going to be speaking at the South by Southwest conference on Monday in Austin, Texas, via Skype telecom from Russia. But I don't think young people look at him whether as a patriot or a traitor, but rather with intrigue of what he revealed. Every single tweet, every single Snapchat, every single text message call is being stored, collected, and analyzed. And when we're in a culture where what you believe is being used against you in the IRS, being weaponized if you're a conservative, that should worry every single person in this room. Every single person.
Big swing state, it went blue under, for President Obama, but it's a Republican state when it comes to the governorship. What do you think that a lot of individuals like yourself can make that state, more and more conservative, or have more free market principles? The governor's doing a lot of great work, but what do you think that really needs to happen there?
Oh, it's all about education. It is about teaching the people, the constituents, why we need to have free markets and how important they are and how they are more beneficial than entitlement programs. I'm running in a district that has a large population of people that are receiving entitlement programs. So what we want to do is educate them on that, and we want to talk about their entrepreneur spirit. We're even going after teenagers. We understand that that the business community as a whole is what's best for our country. We need a free market.
There's a candidate for president which holds that same stance?
Several of them. Yeah, take your pick, Ted Cruz, Ron Paul, many of them. These are not weak-minded people. They're very capable. Any one of them can do the job well because they have the courage of their own convictions and they're strong Americans. They understand the Constitution, and they'll fight to preserve it. What I always say is that,
our generation is specifically under attack right now by these policies.
Obama, look at the debt, and look at Obamacare. What Obamacare is saying is that we're going to do this on your back. How blatantly disrespectful can you be to the young people? And then $17.4 trillion in debt. Right now you have about $55,000 to $56,000 of personal debt on your back. That's incredible.
That's unbelievable. We actually did a student debt clock, our organization, where it figured out each high school student's share of the national debt. A little bit different, $800,000 for a student. That's a mortgage, right?
Well, it's immoral. And I think that's what we have to do as conservatives. We have to make this moral argument to say these people are lying to you. They say they care about you, but really all they're doing is using you for their own power.
Congressman West, thank you so much for joining us today, and we'll be sure to talk soon. We need you back in Congress.
Tell me about why you started this organization and what you're trying to do in the United States with it.
Sure. I'm from England originally. I moved to the United States to work here after I graduated from university, and I was really struck by how at university they said, hey, you're not going to have any problem finding a job when you graduate, and then when I did, the whole economy crashed and there were no jobs for young people. And so, it struck me that young people in Britain and in America are not as well prepared for careers as they should be, and so I'm doing a national tour right now promoting jobs in America and asking, where are the careers for young people and what sort of things should they be doing to prepare for them.
He's been brimming with some energy here. I want to hear what he has to say. Go ahead, Charlie.
It's interesting to say, and I want to add an unfortunate, realistic reality here, and that's, I think there's a difference between a traitor to our country and a traitor to what they call an enemy of the administration. Let's think about this right now. And I want to add an element. Is Ted Cruz viewed as an enemy right now to many people? Is Catherine Engelbrecht from True the Vote? Patriots all across the country are being targeted by the IRS, and I want to reinforce this, because of their beliefs. There are congressional hearings because of that. And in the same sentence, are we going to say it's okay that we can spy on other enemies? But is the enemy being redefined right now by this government? And we need to, with hesitation, say conservatives are under attack and limited government advocates are under attack. And we need to understand that it sounds really good with all possible due respect. that we're going to target our enemies, foreign and domestic, and prevent terrorism. But in a culture where what you believe in is under attack, especially by this administration, we have to be very, very careful by using that kind of rhetoric.
Pretty tough race, 2014 is going to be interesting. It's one of the big things Republicans have to go look for to win if they want to look at this White House in 2016. How do you think the youth can be involved in getting people elected? Or what do you think the Republican message should be to get the youth vote in comparison to the Democrats?
That's a great question. What we have to do is to show the youth that are now graduating from colleges and can't find jobs. This is not what the youth signed up for. So the message to the youth is, do you want to continue to live in your parents' basement, or do you now want to start your own life with your own job, your own money, and your own life in front of me? With that in mind, we have to vote candidates such as myself who have a plan to get this economy going again.
So at the age of 19, what compelled you to run for mayor?
Well, it was just, I kind of did it at the last minute. I really wasn't thinking about doing anything, and the mayor wasn't running, so I decided to put my name in the hat, and I missed the filing deadline, so I had to run as a write-in, and another guy filed to run as a write-in as well. I got elected, and I still wonder why they elected me the first time, but it's been great, and they elected me again, so I looked at that as that I was doing a good job. So
a confirmation.
Yeah.
So where are you from, Bruno?
I'm from Illinois.
So what brings you to CPAC this year?
We're out here talking to everybody about our app and our organization. The organization's called American Transparency. We own a product called Open the Books. It is an online database which is a website and Droid and an Apple app that put every dime online in real time. That's our goal. So what we want to do is we want to have a one-stop shop where every state, local, and federal dollar spent is able to be searched instantaneously from your phone.
So would you say the most fundamental issue of the government is transparency and its overall budget spending?
Basically, spending is the most important aspect of government. I think government spending should be limited constitutionally, but we are a long way from that. But the fact is that when everybody talks about taxes, particularly here at CPAC, it's taxes, taxes, taxes. If you're spending, you're taxing.
Yeah.
So what and everybody talks about, we got to keep this tax low. Well, the only way to keep taxes low is to keep spending low or within the realm of what society can handle. And we're not doing that because nobody really knows what the spending is. So we're trying to solve that problem by showing them where the spending occurs.
Thanks for coming to our booth again today. I just wanted to, our organization, Turning Point USA, is all about bringing young people into the movement, understanding, having the literacy on all issues, but primarily economic freedom and free markets. What role does the youth have in changing some of the results coming up, and how do you see young people coming into play in the future?
Well, I speak on a lot of college campuses, and young people are particularly attracted to the conservative principles of free market capitalism, limited government, because they understand that's really what promotes growth. And so I think it's really important to have young people be the leaders in defining how those principles are communicated, because as we're trying to attract more young people, they actually need to be the messengers, because they'll be the most persuasive communicators of the message.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Erica, for coming by. We really appreciate it. We hope you have a wonderful CPAC, and thank you guys. Thank you so much.
We will get back to the constitutional liberties that have made America the greatest nation in the history of the world. We will bring back morning in America. That's why we're here, and that is the future for the young and everybody else in this country. Thank you, and God bless you.
Energetic.
We are united.
Problem solvers.
Ready!
The future. Driven.
Ubiquitous.
Creative.
Tomorrow's leaders.
Passion. Perseverance.
Innovators. Fast.
Dynamic.
Excited.
Expanding.
Innovative.
Entrepreneurs.
Hard workers. Principled. Optimistic.
Unique. Courageous.
We are